The pilot took the revolver from the seat of the cab the second the men turned their attention, and he saw moonlight reflect crow's feet and gambling debt like a funhouse mirror. A trip to the pawn shop, but he'd get it back, eventually, next week, next race, someday, and mail it with his apologies to Lubbock. He was no thief, just down on his luck, and surely once in his life, Buddy Holly had to borrow something not his for a quick buck. Plus $36 times 3 seats on the plane, divided by 6 races and an alimony check, didn't bring the light any closer to the surface of the hole he'd dug. He bought the plane when American Pie ran as quickly as his wife had run out on him when she heard about the barmaid in Cleveland and the loan shark in Toledo. First race he'd won since he stopped betting on horses and moved on to greyhounds. Felt some kind of kinship with a half-starved animal since the only things in his stomach these days were whiskey and bad dreams. Never took any tests, felt he would be a natural at flying, joked at the bar he never wanted to be a part of anything that would have him as a member, FAA, AA, or the human race included. He picked up the men at the club, seeing gold mines and guitar cases, and felt like this time things had really turned around. Maybe he could be their private pilot, fly them around the world, heard that Amsterdam had the best hash and the blondest ladies to steer the plane from his lap. In the fray of slurring thoughts, he never phoned a flight plan, seeing as he didn't have a license and the whole damn thing would only take an hour anyway. Fancied himself a renegade, the Charles Lindbergh of drunks, and he reread the manual on one-engine jets as the 3 men settled their suitcases. They were in the air for 5 minutes, tinnitus and excitement buzzing away sleep before the wings of the plane frosted like Gabriel in a hell, freezing over and the earth stood still, while the dial spun like 45s and the radio crackled no signal from the tower, like the noisy seconds before a record turns over. The pilot assessed the situation, knew from the manual he had 20 seconds after a nosedive before his air heart ceased to beat, pulled up on the shifter, radio to Mayday, to air traffic control, to God, to no one, and found gunmetal was warm like the taste of pennies and unfair like the coin toss that had brought them there. His brains landed with butterfly wings on some cloud next to a bookie calling himself St. Peter. Buddy Holly held his head between his knees, prayed the Lord to keep his glasses, the nightmare of the nearsighted, hailing Mary and cursing the bastard Waylon Jennings in one stolen breath, all the while Richie Valen's ears popped, filling with blood and then silence while the tin box sang like crickets, shook them like popcorn over a sleeping Iowa. 20 seconds and the glass broke in black frames, a million diamonds shattering from a television screen, an explosion in his eyes of pictures and music, all dance halls and girl screams, the turbulence, a million years in a second, and a flash bright as an Amarillo sunset before the Big Bopper said, "Baby, it's over." And somewhere someone shakes a transistor radio, wondering what happened to the music.